Hey, thanks, Joe, so much for coming on. It's been a while since you and I have had a conversation. What's new? Anything going on?
Not much, right? It's very, very simple life I lead. It's very, very simple, but a lot of good things are happening. A lot of beautiful things are happening, and unfortunately, not necessarily so much right now for the country with what's going on at the border and inflation and a lot of bad things and a lot of tax increases expected. So we'll see what happens, but we're doing well.
But how are you? I've seen video of you recently. You look fit. You look healthy. How do you feel?
Well, I feel good. I've been trying to do the best I can with the exercise thing. If I can, I play golf for a little while and run through a course. I run through it so fast you wouldn't believe it, and have a little fun. But it's a form of exercise, which is good. And I think we're in good shape. And I think I feel very good actually. If you read Time magazine, it's very interesting. I'm no fan of Time. I've been on the cover many, many times. But if you take a look at what they wrote 3 months ago, their cover story. You get just a little glimpse of what they did. We took them by surprise, Joe, when we had our wonderful election of 2016, and we did better the second time. We got 12 million more votes than we did the first time. We did actually much better, and it's a disgrace, and they know it, too. They know it, and they've been caught. You watch Arizona. Take a look at what's going on in Arizona. It's a very, very important state right now because you have a patriotic, great patriots in the Senate, Republican patriots, and they are going through the ballots. And we're going to have to see what happens because they're doing a forensic audit like nobody's done. And I predict, based on the initial findings, you saw, I don't know if you saw yesterday, the head of the Senate, the Arizona Senate, wrote a letter, and it's a very strong letter. Now, it's not determinative yet,
right?
Because they didn't mention everything, but they mentioned some things that were really, really bad. And I will tell you that if that happens, we will have won that state by a tremendous amount. But we have to wait for the final result. I would say this, stay tuned for Arizona, and also watch what's going on. Take a look at what's going on in New Hampshire. Take a look at what's going on in numerous states. But a lot of people are watching Arizona. And you're going to see, we need 2 states.
Yeah.
3 small ones, I guess, but two states. And when you look at what took place in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, in Pittsburgh, when you take a look at take a look at Pennsylvania, take a look at what took place in Detroit, Michigan. How corrupt.
It was
they have
a
more
sin.
votes than they had voters.
And I've talked to Rudy Giuliani
incredible.
Several times. He's a friend of mine, as you know, and he told me he's got
Great
affidavits. And Mr. President, affidavits are evidence. So the idea that courts kept saying you didn't have evidence is a lie.
Yep.
He's got hundreds, if not thousands, of signed, notarized, sworn to affidavits, and not one of those people has been charged with perjury. So obviously they're not being called liars. So what's the recourse? The people always ask me when you talk to President Trump, ask him, what if you get Arizona? What if you get Georgia and Pennsylvania? What if something happens where we find out there were irregularities that could be fixed? They can't uncertify the election. What happens?
They didn't get the approval from their state legislatures, and the Constitution says you have to get the approval from your state legislatures.
And that's the supreme law of the land.
Well, that's it. And then the Supreme Court didn't have the courage to take the case. The whole thing is a disgrace. And okay, so let's say that numerous of these states come in, starting with Arizona, but there'll be others. And many of them are looking at it very, very powerfully right now, and many of them are Republican legislatures. So let's say that happens. It's going to be a very interesting time in our country. It's going to be a very interesting time. You understand what that means because it will be, how do you govern when you lost? How do you govern when you lost? So
it's a great question.
We'll have to see. I say this, number one up is Arizona, and that's going to be, according to what they say, within the next 4 weeks. Let's see what happens.
Number one, 2022 is not that far away. You announced yesterday or the day before that your rallies are going to be starting up very soon again. When can we start seeing you on the campaign trail again? How vital a role will you play in supporting candidates and getting the House and getting the Senate back to stop this radical, progressive, crazy agenda out of the White House?
Well, a very big role, and frankly, as you know, they're coming to see me. Many of the senators and many of the people running, they're coming to see me, and the endorsement's been incredible. I mean, there's never been an endorsement like this where I endorse people and they win.
Yeah.
And it's a great compliment to them, but it's a great compliment to me and the policies. Make America great again, America first. They have America last. We have America first.
Yeah.
Somehow I think America first sells a little bit better. Mm-hmm. But no, I'll be very much involved, and I think we're going to do great with the House, and I think we're going to do great taking back the Senate. Endorse some people that have been absolutely terrible. The governor of Georgia, as an example, I mean, without me, he wouldn't have gotten in. He was last place. I endorsed him. He went to first place. I then got him by Stacey Abrams. We had incredible rallies, and all I wanted was integrity in the elections, and we didn't get it. The governor of Georgia has been a disaster. You look at the governor of Arizona, he's been, I call him the second worst Republican governor in the country. No, it's amazing that you do things and you work together, and there's great disloyalty in politics, much more so than even in business. I'm not saying businessmen and women are perfect, but I will tell you the politicians are worse.
I know you could run and do very, very well in 2024, and I know that you're considering it. You've told everybody that. When will we know if we'll see you on the ballot in 2024?
Well, I don't know exactly when I can say it, but it's something I'm very, very strongly considering. Everybody wants me to do it. The polls are all saying I have to do it, but I'll be making a decision maybe before, but possibly more likely right after the 2022 election. I mean, we have the elections coming up. I'm focused on that. We want to get the House members in. We want to see if we can actually pick up a couple of senators, but I want to focus on that, I think, and then probably right after that. Could be before, but probably right after that, Joe.
The 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Mr. Trump, thank you so much for making the time. Can we do it again soon?
We can.
I appreciate you,
Joe, and thank you very much. You do a great job. Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. We're back after this. Stay right here.